Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching the second episode of Chucky. This was titled Give Me Something Good to Eat. Now, at the beginning of this episode, we see that it's a flashback of little Charles Lee Ray. He has an apple. He sees that there is a razor blade in it, and he decides to eat it anyways. And blood just comes out of his mouth. It's pretty sick. I guess we're slowly, every episode, gonna find out and see examples of how young Charles Lee Ray was in discovering pain and the need to kill. It's probably gonna culminate with him killing his mother. I'm not necessarily sure if I need to see a young child Charles Lee Ray. I don't know. Whenever they get into classic serial killer backstories, like I'm talking about Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger, it can be hit or miss. You don't necessarily always want to know what these characters were like when they were kids or whatever. But okay, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to see what happens. You see that present day, it's Halloween, which is perfect given the time of month that the show is airing. And you see that Jake is going back to school. And he says that he should go back to school because he should get out of the house and whatnot. But his father just died, and he himself knows that it was Chucky killing his father. It wasn't some freak accident. So he's even more screwed up about this than he's letting on. I would take so much time not going to school, especially because when he goes to school, all he's going to get is get bullied and made fun of and laughed at again. Although, surprisingly, as soon as he gets there, one of the kids invites him to a Halloween party, which I think the only reason why that happens is just to get Jake to go to this Halloween party. Because given the way how every person in this school treated Jake in the first episode, it's surprising that I know his father just died, so maybe this guy just felt bad. Or who knows, maybe he did that because he knew he wanted to play this prank on both Jake and that other kid to lock them in the closet for 5 minutes because I guess that's something funny to do. I had a theory last week that every episode would get at least one kill, and it happened pretty early on. The maid, the housekeeper, she gets killed by Chucky. He pushes her into a set of knives in the dishwasher. And yeah, that was pretty bloody and gruesome. And so when I saw that, I thought, okay, are we gonna get another kill? Are we gonna up it, or are we just is this gonna be the one? And then that's it. Turns out it was. The cops investigated this, and of course, one of the cops questioned the fact that Jake is surrounding yet another murder in just the last week or so. And he has a point, even though I guess the cameras don't show anyone anything suspicious. It's still like, well, it's true. Jake has been involved, and I wonder how many murders there are in this town. What was the name of the town? It had a weird name, like uh something Slayer or something to where it feels like there probably has been more murders here, but I guess not surrounding the same kid. And Chucky has a conversation with Jake because Jake knows that Chucky killed the maid. Now, Chucky clearly lies about this. He lies. He says he didn't do it, but obviously he did it. But then he mentions his son. He mentions that he had a transgender or gender fluid, sorry, a gender fluid son. And that was very shocking because we haven't mentioned Glenn or Glenda since Seed of Chucky. Curse of Chucky never mentioned him. Cult of Chucky, I don't think mentioned him. So I've been wondering what happened to Glenn. What was the fate of Glenn? Did Chucky kill Glenn? Now, Jake asked Chucky, well, he was cool with his son being that way. And Chucky said, well, I'm not a monster. Which, once again, he was lying about killing the maid. So I wouldn't put it past Chucky that he was also lying about that. For example, maybe he did have a problem with the fact that Glenn felt that way. We know that he had a problem with it. And he tried to kill Glenn throughout that movie. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we'll finally get the answers later this season that Chucky did in fact kill Glenn. I think they just don't want to flat out say it because it's like they're trying to toe the line on whether or not we're supposed to like Chucky. I mean, come on. Just go for it. Make Chucky evil again. I'm completely okay with that. Come the party, though, Jake doesn't feel like going until he sees that Chucky's gone. And at first, you think maybe his cousin took him, but no, Chucky snuck out wearing a Hello Kitty costume. He went around trick-or-treating, although it seems like he was actually looking for the party because he wants to kill Lexi. He goes to this one woman's house asking for where the party is, and then he gives that woman an apple with a razor blade in it, which is pretty fucked up. We see that later on she did bite the apple and her probably cut her tongue off or whatnot. But the police officer, the woman, she seems to be suspicious. She definitely recognized the description of the doll. And so, once again, she'll be going back after Jake. Once again. And you see Chucky, he's at the party. He's playing some murder game. I don't even know what that game was. Do you guys know what that game was? Was it a made-up game? He was playing a game with Lexi's sister. And I guess they're making friends, even though the sister, like, she knows what's right and wrong, the difference, right? She says that her mom says that she shouldn't swear or that killing in real life is wrong, but Chucky doesn't give a fuck. Chucky's like, you know what? I'll kill your mom. So, yeah, there's that. And he flat out says that he's going to kill her sister. And Lexi is making out with Jake's cousin, and Chucky tries to kill her. This is pretty funny. He's trying to stab her through the bed. I was actually wincing a little bit because every time Chucky got the knife up and then she would lay down and then he'd try to stab again and then she'd sit up. There was actually good suspense going on there. I'll give Don Mancini credit. Even though he's made some of the silliest and dumbest Chucky movies in the series, he's also made some of the better ones. And I think so far he's done a good job at toting the comedy and horror tone so far. It's only the second episode, so I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. Then Lexi has kept it a surprise on what her Halloween costume is, and you see that her costume is dressing up as Jake's father, and she's sitting there in front of everybody pretending to be electrocuted. First of all, she's a horrible, horrible human being. Second of all, I am all for Chucky killing her. Fuck her. Honestly, that's something to where I don't care how old you are or how immature you are. You're just a piece of shit. You are. I don't even get how that's funny. I don't even get why going out there to get that outfit and to do that. Why are even all those kids laughing? Even Jake's cousin, her boyfriend, saw this, wasn't laughing, doesn't think it was funny. You see in the previews for episode 3, he says to her, you need to apologize. Even him, who doesn't even like Jake all that much, who made fun of him in the last episode, who went into his room earlier and saw on Jake's computer the girlfriend's, I don't know if it was her Facebook or the equivalent to Facebook, right? And so he has every reason to say fuck Jake, but no, even he thought that was messed up. And so I don't know, Lexi seems to be almost a cartoony bully level character where there's nothing redeemable, there's nothing real about her at all. Hopefully, maybe she comes around. Like if Chucky goes after her and she sees that Chucky's alive, maybe she'll change her ways or become a good person, or maybe she'll just get killed off. And if that's the case, I won't feel too bad. Jake takes Chucky away, and they have a conversation at the end where Chucky says, Lexi needs to go. She's overly mean. She did some of the most messed up things. She made everybody laugh. She has to go. And Jake, he's not really a killer. He's like, I don't know if I can do it. But Chucky's like, man the fuck up. Which, again, I said this last week. I'm saying it again now. How many times can you say fuck on the USA Network? It was said at least 3 or 4 times, if not more. So apparently, after 10 o'clock, you can just go wild with the cursing. Who knew? And Jake takes the knife. He seems like he's getting closer to the dark side. I don't know. I'm curious where this will go. I'm curious if Chucky's actually going to get Jake to start killing, which I kind of doubt. But I'm also curious as to what Chucky's end goal is. He doesn't seem like he wants to put his soul into a human body, which has always been his motivation in all of the Chucky movies. It doesn't seem like he hasn't even mentioned that. It just seems like he wants to go around and kill people. Which I guess is fine. If he just wants to go around and fucking have fun, okay, sure. But it's weird. It makes me wonder if this might not even be the main Chucky doll. Maybe this is one of the multiple Chucky dolls that was set up in that Cult of Chucky movie. As much as I didn't like that film, they could pick up from there where this doll is just a separate doll. And then we'll eventually cut to the doll that Andy had. Or, I mean, I forget even how that movie ends or what happens with those dolls. I know Fiona Dourif is still, actually, isn't she possessed by the original Chucky doll? She still might be. And so if that's the case, then yeah, this doll that we're currently interacting with and seeing might not be the original Chucky doll. It might just be a doll that just so happens to also be possessed. So, yeah. So, guys, I enjoyed the second episode. I had fun with it. I think so far the show is working. I'm almost waiting for an episode that just completely sucks. Look, I'm not saying the writing's perfect. I'm not saying that there can't be better stuff done here. But for what this is, I'm not complaining all that much. Shocking, I know. Let me know in the comments below if you too saw episode 2 of Chucky. Did you like it as well? What do you want to see next? What do you think the story's going? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!